It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders, and it's coming up next.
We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. So good to be with you. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here. Greg, as we look at this matchup, I'm looking around and hearing this crowd. They're so fired up for this one. What's it like when you come on the road and you've got a hostile environment you need to take care of?
You know, I always liked it. I always thought it added to the element of bringing some energy and bringing some juice, especially in pregame. But once that ball's kicked off, you want to settle this crowd down as fast as you can, especially on offense. Take them out of it. Get them back on their chairs, sitting on their hands. The more energy you give them, the more noise, it does make it a little less efficient to operate, especially on offense. So come out fast, come out furious, and see if you can take this crowd out right from the jump.
Here's Matt Gay ready to get this one started. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
You think back just a few years ago, Mike, Trevor Lawrence coming out of Clemson, he was regarded as one of the top quarterback prospects of the last decade, and at times he's fit the billing, but it's been the inconsistency, protect the ball, turnovers. If he can clean up a lot of those miscues, he could be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
Here's Lawrence to throw right away. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here's carry #1 for Travis Etienne. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And he's only going to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3 plays, no first downs. Time for 4th down.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On 4th down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And this play's going nowhere, taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll get this out wide. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike, and I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Finding space at the 40. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now he'll run.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And that'll move the sticks. That's a 1st down to the 45-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
On the option, here's Robinson. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Another run here for Robinson. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Anytime it's 3rd and short, you better account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what they do here. Great job by the defense taking him down for a loss. Brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, the Commanders going to send out their veteran Tress Way to punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jaguars offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They put Strange in motion. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's ETN. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Now a screen set up for ETN. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's to the sideline, taken in by Thomas.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead.
Dan Quinn wants a second opinion here, and he has thrown the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with ETN.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. Off he goes. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Second down and 8. In the pistol, here's Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Initially, when the quarterback looked his tight end's way, I thought he had a chance for a big pickup. He had nice separation there early. And let's give credit to the defense. They were able to rally quickly to the ball and keep that from being an even bigger game.
On third down, here's ETN. ETN has the first down, still going. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Jags are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Line of scrimmage back at the 7 for 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force 4th down.
So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, I think it's safe to say here, Mike, as this offense leaves the field, they wanted to stay out there and go for it. But I think in this case, the coach is playing the long game. He understands that these 3 points now can end up being very valuable as this game moves along.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Commanders' offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Play action. Here's Daniels. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniel. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
That ball is caught on the sideline, and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. To throw is Daniels. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field.
That is caught back corner of the end zone. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Commanders.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Commanders move out to a 7-3 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Lawrence. That's going to be caught by the rookie from Colorado. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker. Be friendly to the quarterback. And then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They put Strange in motion. Second down, Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He'll tuck it and take off. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
That one pulled in by Brown. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Lawrence. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they come to the line for first down and 10. To throw is Lawrence. They'll try to set up the screen here. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind him, and that's the landmark of the screen play.
This one caught at the 4. And the Jaguars are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Lawrence now. And he's in. Ryan Thomas. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars are on top. It's now 10-7. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Austin Eckler now to return. Woo! And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Daniels now going to look to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 3-point game.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
A first down throw for Lawrence. That's deep for the back of the end zone. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Jaguars are out on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, has half number 2. Kicks off. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. They'll go play action here with Daniels. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took him down for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And this drive is a disaster. He goes down for a 3rd consecutive time.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Commanders about to send this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Jaguars offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. A gain of 16, good enough for a 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Get this to the tight end, Johnny Munt. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence now on 2nd down. That's complete to ETN. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
To the outside, catch made by Brown. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. Lawrence gives this one to ETN. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll run it here with ETN. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Little on now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Jaguars will get out in front 17-7. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here's Eckler on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Daniel's going to keep this himself. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
Give to Robinson from the pistol. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Tyson Campbell there to make the tackle. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll go again with Robinson. A gain there of 15. First down, Washington.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On the zone read, here's Daniels. And he'll give it up on the pitch.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Here comes 3rd and 6. Now Daniels. He'll get this one complete to Brown. 15 yards through the air. Good for a Commanders first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On play action, Daniels. Now he takes off.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Here's Daniels. And he'll take it on in. John Bates. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Gay for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tank Bigsby. Oh, he's got room past the 30. What a great return. All the way down to the 40-yard line.
And that's a heck of a return right there. I mean, he's going to bounce his way towards the left sideline. Just a ton of space over there to run. And they finally get him out of bounds. But not until he nearly managed to turn the corner and almost take it all the way.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To the right, on the run, it's ETN. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. That's the veteran safety, Marshawn Lattimore, bringing him down. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. ETN ahead out of the pistol. And he's going to have a Jags 1st down. They needed 2 and gained 6. They'll run it once more with Etienne. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Second down, Lawrence. Now a quick throw taken in by Brown. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That one taken in. De'Ami Brown. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Jaguars go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Throwing now, Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he is very close to the 1st down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
That's going to be caught. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. First and 10 now from the 36. Now Lawrence on the bootleg. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
2-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
On first down, Lawrence. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out, and the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
To throw is Daniels on first and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. Going right back to Samuel, he's got it again. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Throwing again, Daniel. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the first down. Give him 16 there and a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
And you love to see this. You find yourself here in the fourth quarter. Your team is trailing. You're trying to do anything possible to see if you can create some sort of late spark. He goes big-time effort on the layout catch, and He's able to pull it in and see if it could be a little bit of a spark here late in this ballgame. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He runs with it. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around and become a vet. He picked up the first down. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. Here is 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Luke McCaffrey. Touchdown, Commanders. Gay to add the PAT. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Bigsby to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Jags offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. This run straight ahead for Etienne. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. On the handoff, it's Etienne. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Once again, it's Etienne. Good work on the ground. He's got it. 1st down. Up at about the 42. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E. victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.